my nursing brothers and sisters, as well as my pre-healthcare professionals alike. I hope that y'all are having a wonderful day. Today we are continuing along with the ATI TEAS science review portion of the exam, and we're going to start discussing the periodic table. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and better yet, hit that bell notification. It lets you know when I post new content here on YouTube. And give this video a big thumbs up, that way other people that are looking for the ATI TEAS review videos know that this is a good video to help you pass it like a boss. Questions related to the periodic table will test your understanding of how to read the periodic table of elements. You may also be questioned on various properties shared by different groups of elements. Other questions may address atomic radii, ionization potential, and electronegativity based on the element's location on the periodic table. Let's get started on understanding how the periodic table is important on the ATI TEAS. The periodic table is a table of chemical elements arranged by atomic number. Listed to my left is a copy of the periodic table. I want to invite you to pause the screen so that you can look at the table, study it, and get to know it a little bit better so that way you can pass your ATI TEAS like a boss. If you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to watch my previous videos where we discussed atomic numbers and atomic mass and how they're related to atoms. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link up here in the corner, but we're going to go ahead and discuss them very briefly here in the periodic table portion of this review. The elements on the periodic table are listed in order of the atomic number. Some periodic tables provide the atomic mass of the element as well. From the periodic table, by reading the atomic number, you can determine the number of protons and electrons in a neutral atom of an element. The number of neutrons can also be determined if the mass number of the atom is also known as well. Elements of the periodic table are arranged in periods and groups. Periods of the periodic table are organized horizontally across the table in rows. In the table shown to my right, the shaded row represents a period. Groups in the periodic table are organized vertically in the table in columns. Groups may also be referred to as families. In the table shown to my left, the shaded column represents a group. Elements in different groups share certain properties. The alkali metals in group 1 are shiny, soft, and highly reactive. The alkaline earth metals in group 2 are fairly soft and also fairly reactive. The transition metals in group 3 through 12 are hard and have low to negligible reactivity. The halogens in group 17 are extremely reactive, whereas the noble gases in group 18 are extremely stable. Metals overall tend to be malleable and highly conductive of heat and electricity, whereas nonmetals break easily and are generally poor conductors. Metalloids such as boron, silicon, and germanium have properties between those metals and nonmetals. The atomic radius of an atom is the measure of the distance from the center of the atom to the outermost orbital shell. Atoms with greater numbers of orbital shells have larger atomic radii because the outermost electrons are further away from the nucleus. The length of the atomic radii decreases as you move from the left to the right across the period or row of the table. The length of the atomic radii increases as you move down a group or column of the table. The term ionization energy is used to refer to the amount of energy required for the removal of one electron from the atom. The ionization energy of an atom increases as the atomic radius of the atom decreases. This means the ionization energy increases as you move from left to right across the period or row of the table. It also decreases as you move down a group or column of the table. The term electronegativity is used to refer to the tendency of an atom to want to bond to other atoms by taking electrons from those atoms. Like ionization energy, the electronegativity of an atom increases as the atomic radius of the atom decreases. This means that electronegativity increases as you move from left to right across the period or row as atomic radiuses decrease, and it decreases as you move down a group or column of a table as the atomic radius increases. The periodic table can also show the orbitals for the elements. An orbital is the area around the nucleus of a cell where electrons can be located. There are 4 different types of orbitals. An s orbital is the lowest level of energy and forms a symmetrical sphere around the nucleus. It can contain a maximum of 2 electrons. A p orbital is like an hourglass shape with the nucleus at the center. The p orbital has a maximum of 6 electrons. D orbitals are more complex, but most look like 4 pear shapes connected by the nucleus at the center. The d orbital has a maximum of 18 electrons. F orbitals are even more complex and are very difficult to visualize. The f orbital has a maximum of 32 electrons. Lastly, in understanding orbitals, as the period numbers of the periodic table increases, the number of orbitals available also increases. Period 1 has only 1 orbital, s, with a maximum of 2 electrons. Period 2 have both an s orbital or a p orbital. Period 3 can have s, p, and d orbitals, and period 4 can have s, p, d, and f orbitals. I hope that this video is helpful for you to pass your ATI TEAS like a boss the first time. If you haven't done so already, I want to invite you over to my website at www.nursecheung.com. There's additional resources for you to help you pass this exam. We've got practice questions as well as PDFs of the PowerPoints that I show in these videos. If you haven't done so, make sure that you follow me on my social media. I am on Facebook and Instagram. And until next time, I hope that y'all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!